On the shores of Lake Erie. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Cleveland Browns. Here's the former Florida Gator Eddie Pinheiro to get us started. And off we go from Cleveland. Here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. First play, Watson to the air. Dancing to his left. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. To throw on second is Watson. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jordan Akins, 60 yards. And the Browns need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Deshaun Watson, he's a lot of fun to watch in the pocket, but when he's forced out of the pocket like that, he can make those big plays downfield.
Almost a bad thing when you're pass rushing and you force a Deshaun Watson out of the pocket. He creates extra time. He has the poise to keep his eyes downfield and locate receivers, and it turns into a little bit of a scramble drill for the defensive backs. Where is everyone? And Deshaun Watson finds his target for a big, big play.
So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. The lane opens here. He's passed. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. They're already trailing here in this first quarter. Last thing they needed was to cough the football. Well, they coughed it up, but luckily for them, it went out of bounds.
Yeah, still a long way to go. But when you're losing, every possession takes on a little bit more importance, doesn't it? And in that case, they almost made this game a lot more difficult for themselves by turning it over. Fortunate there.
Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 18 more yards there and another first down. To throw is Watson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make...
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th. On 4th down, Watson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Panthers will get the football back. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
52 Bradford.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A give running right. It's Hubbard. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays.
Okay, right? 10 cycles.
First down, they'll stay on the ground with Hubbard. And a short gain here, down to the 22. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack.
Touchdown! DJ Chark, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead. That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
The ideal touchdown-interception ratio is, what, 3-to-1 for the best quarterbacks? But he's a rookie. Just getting back to even is a big deal. Increases the confidence his teammates have in him as he tries to become their leader.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Jakeem Grant now to return. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so. I think that they're going to be serious, determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Watson off play action, steps away to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Here's 3rd and 9. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. Fights loose. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a 2nd time. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. trouble trying the middle here. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. This 2nd and 4. And again, it's Chubb. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Watson out to his left. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson escaping the pressure right. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Hopkins on for the field goal. A 28-yard attempt.
Hopkins' kick is good, and they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. It will give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Browns' drive about to get started. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Watson. And his throw here's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. Able to push his way through. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. Here we go on 4th. Watson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on 4th down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his receiver. They get the 1st down. It's now 1st and goal.
On 2nd down, here's Watson being chased out left. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Deshaun Watson taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys are able to extend their lead.
This is a great decision right here. Out of the pocket to his left, and he knows if he waits too long, the defense is going to be all over him. So he makes a decision to go and wins the race to the pylon.
And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. Able to power through. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. Yeah, we saw that one up here, CD. Offensive team, they touched that before it went 10 yards.
Obviously such a fine line, letting it go the required 10 yards, but also getting to it before the hands team can. Just didn't time it out right, and that results in a flag.
Ready?
On play action, Young. A quick throw there is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
It's Young off play action. And his throw is incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll give this to Hubbard running right. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. The run on 3rd and long, so I guess waving the white flag a little bit.
Yeah, and I think sometimes teams are so committed to running the football that they'll take a chance, even in a long yardage situation, to let them know on the other side, this is what we're going to be about today. In this case, they didn't get a first down, but if you're thinking along with them, hey, they might be committed to running it all game long. Well, he's got a big leg, and when everything comes together, he can certainly hit from long range, but this one's going to come up just a little bit short. A very good effort, though.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown, and the last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Panthers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
On the 44 now. Here's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and
To throw, Young. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Hubbard. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
A gain of 4 yards. First down, Carolina.
38.
Young on 1st down. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
And the Panthers first down.
And they'll run on 1st down with Hubbard. Taken down at the 30.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. 2nd and 7. A quick throw complete to Chark. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 20-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Straight ahead with Hubbard. And they'll get him down right around the 16. The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now. To throw on 2nd down is Young. That's a quick slant. He finds Adam Thielen. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. They'll run here with Hubbard. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Young trying to hurry them up to the line here. Again, it'll be Hubbard. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Connecting here with Chark on the out route. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. DJ Chark in the final seconds of the first half. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. That is a near-perfect end-of-half drive right there.
And we've seen that many times from the best in the league. But do you really expect to see it done that well by a rookie? And how about the timing? Finishing it almost near the zeros, as you said, right at the end of the half. Great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Pinheiro to kick off for the Panthers.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Off the play fake, Young. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The Browns drive about to get started. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. On 1st and 10, Young. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. Oh, and that is incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get the field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Young off the play fake, and he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. And he'll go to a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Play fake. Now Young. He's got his target. That's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25.
A gain of 22 yards. First down, Carolina.
A give up the middle. Hubbard. Yeah, not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
That throw by Young incomplete.
You know it's not an easy job to go and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
The kick by Pinheiro is good, and they have regained the lead. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Taken at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off the points for themselves.
They run it again with Chubb. 81 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson, forced out to his left. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
7-yard line.
The handoff to Ford up the middle. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. And now they're in the hurry-up.
2-yard line. It's a gain of 5.
To throw on second is Watson. Buying time to his left. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. On the ground, it's Ford. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field, but his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
Rolling, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. And that could turn out to be a giant play, Charles. You got an offense driving to take the lead, but they're turned away on the INT.
And I think that we might look back on this in the 4th quarter and say, that was the play of the game.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Ready?
Now a give. It's Hubbard going left. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
That was a nicely run slant route. And what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Ready?
This offense so far on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Ready?
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal.
Cut.
Young takes it on the sneak, and they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, got him halfway there. You don't see the sneak all that often from the 2-yard line because you definitely don't want to see your quarterback get clobbered. But you wonder if we might see the same play again.
And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And this time he breaks the plane. He's in for the touchdown. Bryce Young scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Panthers will add to their 4th quarter lead. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over. And here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Pinheiro to kick off for the Panthers.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Dancing to his left. And now Watson throws another interception. And the Panthers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And give the tackle to Anthony Walker. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock. Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Carolina. Tommy Trimble, 48 yards. And the Panthers are an extra point away from making this a three-score game. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that'll make this a three-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Chubb is into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Watson and that Browns offense going to stay out there, and they'll go for 2. They'll look to throw, and they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. 2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Second down, another chance for Hubbard. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 2 yards, good enough for a first. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Ready?
Right back to Hubbard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now right out of the 2-minute break, will get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Black swap.
Now a toss. Hubbard going left. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. So Young will head to the sideline, and on is Pinheiro for the Panther field goal. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The return from his end zone is Grant. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. To throw, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Dante Jackson picks it. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Watch out now, 50 series.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Hit and drop behind the line by Shelby Harris. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13.
Ready.
And Young's going to throw it here. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Greg. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. And the Panthers come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So a win here for the Panthers, and it was their quarterback